Hey folks, it's me again. Nice to see ya. Haven't seen you in about 5 minutes. Well, I don't ever see you. You get to see me. And I get to see me because I at least watch my show. I know nobody else does, but I do. This is actually my favorite wrestling review show. That's why I do the show, because if I didn't do it, I wouldn't have anything to watch. So whatever you do in life, make sure it's your favorite thing at least, I guess. All right. Well, let's move on to our Raw review. We reviewed everything from last week in episode 10. Welcome to episode 11. We're going to go over Raw. Pretty solid Raw in my estimation. But let's dive into it. We're going to start off with things that, of course, like I'm not super big on. That's how we always start. So we end on the positive notes. But things I wasn't big on. We got Heath Slater with the Outcasts. I talked about it a little bit in the last episode with the Social Outcasts on Main Event, that I just feel like they haven't done anything. They just come out to lose, and I'm not really sure where they're going. Well, I'm pretty sure where they're going, which is nowhere right now. But Heath Slater versus Titus ONeil. Titus wins. I just feel like there's a big who cares match for me. Like, just who cares about this match at all? Heath Slater versus Titus ONeil. It can't be building to anything. It's not building to a feud between Titus and the Social Outcasts. Maybe it is. Maybe they're going to get a feud with Titus. I doubt it. I think it's just cannon fodder. And Titus is still like Titus ONeil. Like, like that's all. I'm the big dog. I'm nobody. I can do that. Like, come on, Titus. You're a big dude. Who are you? We gotta know. We gotta feel it, And you always gotta feel it. And Titus, I'm not feeling it, man. I want to feel it, but I'm not feeling it. All right. Other things that were, this is walking the line. Oh, this was definitely walking the line for me, man. The Wyatts versus New Day. So, we talked about this on previous episodes. I already had this on Walking the Line on other episodes, and this is walking a really fine line. Seriously, I don't know. I just don't know how I feel. I feel kind of like the Matt Hardy, Jeff Hardy thing. I think that what makes this worse is that I already saw Matt Hardy, Jeff Hardy, and this feels like a bit of a ripoff to me. Not a bit of a ripoff. This feels like a lot of a ripoff. Why was it filmed? Oh, shook my camera. Why was this filmed on celluloid? You keep seeing the bloop bloop of like the melting or the worn celluloid. Like you filmed this on 32 millimeter or something like that. You didn't film this on actual celluloid film. We know you didn't film it on celluloid film. This is silly to me, right? Like, that's just silly because nobody thinks that's what actually happened. There wasn't a match. Like, at least Hardy's was a ring and it felt like a match and it had components you could understand. This was really chaotic. It was certainly better than, say, like WCW's junkyard hardcore match. I don't even know if you guys go back that far to, they had it in a car wreck junkyard thing, and they had like 20 guys out there in a hardcore match. That was a piece of trash. So in comparison, I like what WWE's done. It's one of the better things WWE's done outside of the ring, getting out of the building and getting into this new territory. But again, like I said on episode 10, I don't know about this whole like wrestling style storyline and then this like fictional narrative storytelling that Lucha Underground does, and if you can just jump back and forth between the two. Lucha Underground gets away with it, man, because they believe it. They believe it and they run with it 100%. They are committed to the way they're going to tell stories, right? So I just don't know, if you're not committed to this, if you're just doing a one-off here and there, it feels really wonky to me to go into this like movie-style segment with the Wyatts and the New Day. It ends with the New Day, I think, kind of running away or being scared. It was really hard to tell what was going on. And there was like 1,000 like of the Fireflies, like Wyatt people all surrounding them with masks and candles. It was definitely like cool. Like they put it together cool. If I just don't think about wrestling at all and just take it on its own, it was pretty cool. I would have liked to see, like in Lucha Underground, sometimes when they do the moves, when the wrestlers are doing moves, not in the ring, but in this kind of off-screen kind of like out of the ring moves, they kind of like slow them down and Matrix style, you know, make them look cool. And in this, what we got was like blurry, steady, like blurry, shaky cam, celluloid, like blah, 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 trying to watch me with like stuff going like that, you know? Does that make sense? Is that what it, you know? Is that annoying? Because that's kind of what it was like watching this segment. So maybe that gave you a sense of how I felt watching that segment. Just like, you know, crazy. So, you know, that's how I feel about that. Vince McMahon. We get Vince McMahon coming in. I'm really mixed about this. Vince, we get this big segment. Vince is going to announce. What's he going to do? Who's going to get what? Who's going to get SmackDown? Oh, Shane gets SmackDown. Oh, no. Oh, Shane gets SmackDown. No, what's Steph going to do? But Steph gets Raw. Like, who didn't see this coming? This was, Mr. McMahon. We like surprises. We love when you surprise us. But more often than not, what you do is you fake you're going to surprise us. And then the surprise is how unsurprising everything is. And that kind of makes me sad face. So, sad face for this. Only cool thing is, each person, Steph and Shane, have to pick their own GMs for Raw and SmackDown. Oh, and we got rid of COO. No more Chief Operating Officer. We're commissioners. The commissioner of Raw and SmackDown, and then they're going to have a general manager under each of them. This, to me, this is better. I hated the CEO title. I like that we're getting this back. So there's some things. The big thing was just the kind of anticlimactic. The segment was actually pretty good. Some of their segments have getting a little squirrely. This segment wasn't squirrely for me. They kept on point. Shane gets slapped in the end. Stephanie leaves. You know, Shane's plea for why he should take over SmackDown was great. Like, he kind of ran WWE under the ground, but it was kind of great. And they're going to pick their GMs next week. Spoiler alert. So if you don't want to hear this, go, ah la la, ah la la la, ah la la. Because we already know who the SmackDown GM is going to be. It got leaked. Well, apparently it got leaked. We'll see, but this is the thing. So I'm going to tell you the person's name. So you get ready, and I'm going to tell you it in 1, 2, 3. Daniel Bryan. So I even covered my mouth so you can't even lip read me if you wanted to cover your ears. But yeah, that's who's going to be the GM for SmackDown. Which I love, so that's awesome. Wicked. So yeah, that's my kind of stuff that I didn't love. The McMahon thing was definitely walking the line for me. Like, I didn't hate it. Same with the Wyatts. It was all like, I don't know. The Slater Titus thing, though, was just... Moving on to what I did like, because there was so much stuff I liked on this week's episode of Raw. This was a solid episode of Raw. And a lot of guys that I've been pulling for getting chances on this week of Raw. So I really, really do like this. We open up. What an awesome way to open up the show. We open up with guys in the ring to a battle royal to find out the number one contender for Miz's title at Battleground. Awesome. We haven't really got Miz into a storyline. Now we're going to kind of force him into a Battleground opponent. I like it. Who do we got out there for this thing? We got lots of guys out there, and I didn't even name them because I waited till the final 5. It was too many. But a lot of stuff, like we got Ascension. We got a lot of tag teams out there. Dudley Boys. There was a lot of stuff. Bob Backlund is down at ringside. Woo woo! With Darren Young. So glad Backlund's down at ringside. What a character. I'm glad he's on WWE TV. For our final 5, we get down to Ziggler, Del Rio, Apollo, Darren Young, and Baron Corbin. This is a really great final 5. Dolph Ziggler needs to go somewhere. Del Rio needs to go somewhere. Del Rio especially, man. This guy should be like world title contention. And Ziggler's just floating in the middle of nowhere. Apollo, Corbin, and Darren, all young up-and-comers. I like all 5 of these selections. Any one of these guys could have made sense winning to me, except for Ziggler. Just because I feel like Ziggler-Miz is going to feel stale to me. I don't feel like him going for an IC title right now is what makes sense. I really would like Ziggler in something interesting. Like, even with the Wyatts, like Ziggler somehow getting in with the Wyatts. I know they're in New Day, but I don't know, just something interesting. Get him into a feud with Kane, or get him out of the same group of people that he's just been fighting, like Rusev and Sheamus and, you know, all this kind of stuff, and get him in Corbin, and just get him going somewhere totally new for Ziggler, a different direction. Give him a challenge, something that scares him. He can show a different character, or give him a love interest, and, you know, Just do something completely different with Dolph Ziggler. I guess we've done the love thing with, I think you had Guerrero and stuff. But anyways, the scared thing, like the Kane versus Demon Kane or versus the Wyatts or, just something, because Ziggler is very stale. Anyways, final 5. Del Rio gets out, Ziggler gets out, and then we're down to Apollo, Corbin, and Darren Young. And Apollo and Corbin eliminate each other and leaves Darren Young the winner to go on to Battleground to face The Miz. How freaking awesome is that? Darren Young's first day back, and he wins the Battle Royal. I guess we're making Darren Young great again. I have no problem with this. Like, now it's up to Darren Young to show and prove at Battleground, but I have no problem with giving him that chance. I'm interested in this character. I've been saying for weeks, I'm interested in this character. I'm interested in Backlund. I like where this is going. Let's get it on TV and let's see where it's going, right? So where it's on TV now, we're going to see it at Battleground. I'm excited. I like that. Nice crowd support for Young. The crowd is totally behind Darren Young. Big Darren Young chant. Awesome. I just love that. That's a great way to open. How better to open Raw than a Battle Royal, Darren Young winning to go on to Battleground. Like it. We get Rusev and Ryder backstage. Sheamus attacks him from behind after Ryder beat him last week on SmackDown. And Rusev says he'll now take on Sheamus in a rematch. But Ryder challenges Rusev face to face. And then I assume for Battleground. And then Sheamus attacks him from behind. We get Zack, Ryder, and Sheamus. Sheamus winning by a brogue kick after Ryder was already beat up. Rusev comes out, does a beatdown, and does the crazy accolade where he pulls him right back over and then yells, "I accept." Really good. Rusev is just going strong, man. Rusev looks like a beast. I hope he I love Zack Ryder. I hope he beats Zack Ryder, though. I hope he keeps going for a while. With Zack Ryder winning now, we could do things with Zack Ryder. It doesn't have to be the U.S. title. And I think Rusev is such a strong champion. Man, this guy looks powerful. Or have him lose and Rusev move on to a world title contention or kind of move up in the ranks. That could totally happen. Rusev's really booked really strong right now. But I like him as U.S. champion, the greatest U.S. champion in history. I love it. Breezango versus the Lucha Dragons, with Breezango winning and no Golden Truth to be seen. So I don't even know why they're still going down for Golden Truth matches. They've definitely moved on from Golden Truth, kind of, but not really. But dang was it good. They can't beat Primo and Epico on an episode of Superstars, but they put them over on Lucha Dragons. It doesn't make sense, but who cares? Breezango won. I'm happy. This team has the potential to be great. They're good on the mic. Primo and Epico are not good on the mic, and they're great in the ring. So, and Lucha Dragons, honestly, beating Lucha Dragons is a big boost for them. This is a big team, and it's a team I think can afford to lose, because I really feel like this team's getting split up in the draft. I think there's no way in heck we're going to see Sin Cara and Kalisto go to the same brands after the draft. So, anyways, we get a new segment, the Rollins Report, where Rollins plays a fake interview of him interviewing Roman Reigns with him splicing in answers from previous Roman Reigns interviews to make Roman look like an unrepentant, evil person who doesn't care about the things that he's done to be suspended. It was pretty funny. It's pretty funny. The crowd seemed to like it. I seemed to like it. It was a bit overhyped for me because I thought it was going to be something, but it was pretty funny. Ambrose comes out and cuts a mean promo. He was on fire. And challenges Seth Rollins to a one-on-one championship match next week. This is really interesting. It might have to play in with how they want the draft to go and who they want the title on. I don't know, because they're facing a Battleground anyways. But who cares? We get a title fight between Ambrose and Rollins next week. Awesome. After that, KO versus Kevin Owens versus Cesaro and Zayn on commentary. Owens hilarious backstage saying, "I won't go out if Zayn's on commentary. That's an unsafe work environment." I know everybody knows I love Owens promos. This was great. He's so funny. I don't know if it's him or how he's written, but his character is just so consistent and so well crafted, and the things he does is just so consistent with his character. You never go like, why is Owens doing that? Or that doesn't make sense. Or why wouldn't Owens do that? Like, Owens acts the way Owens should act. He's written well. He portrays it well. I don't know who gets the kudos for that, but kudos. It's just good. Anyways, Zayn is forced to leave the ringside, and as Owens' entrance music hits, a fight ensues on the ramp. They break him up. Owens goes on to face Cesaro. There's one moment in this match with Cesaro. Like, I know Cesaro's the Swiss Superman, and this dude is done some crazy things. I think he picked up Big Show and tossed him out a couple years ago in the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, and I was like, what? But Kevin Owens, who's a big dude, came off the top turnbuckle, got him into a Tornado DDT, spun it right around to about to hit the Tornado DDT, and Cesaro put on the brakes, reversed the move, and sat Owens' arse back up on the top turnbuckle. What? Cesaro's raw strength is freaking insane. I cannot believe he just stopped Owens' momentum on a dime, reversed it, and just sat the man back up. That was crazy. Anyways, Owens goes on to win that match. And then he goes on out to the commentary team and starts cutting up the commentary team. And he's on the mic talking trash. And then literally, like, out of nowhere, you don't see it coming, a blur of Sami Zayn. Doesn't come, like, from the crowd. Comes flying through the air, over the barricade, from the crowd, smashes into Owens. Looks so awesome. And beats him down, throws him in the ring, and Cesaro finishes him off with a Cesaro swing. That was just a good match, good build to Battleground. Good way, like, Cesaro loses, but he looks strong in the end. Man, WWE booking, aside from a few things on Raw today, SmackDown, NXT, everything, going into this draft, things are just really rolling well. Or maybe it's me. Maybe I'm becoming softer. But I don't know. I feel like things are really moving well. Anyways, we get the club backstage with Renee. The club lets us know that Cena's not going to be here because he's doing the ESPN stuff. And we've already kind of heard that from some people. Club and Enzo come out, or Cass and Enzo are going to face the club. They kind of come out and cut promos on each other. Club says Cena doesn't care about you. Enzo and Cass do their thing. Now, I will say, so we've talked about the move formerly known as the rocket launcher. I won't say the name because I've promised to never say the name again. But I will say that, oh man, I think this is the second time on this channel I've agreed with JBL. And I'm going to agree with JBL again. Well, I guess I said it first. JBL agrees with me. He hates every time Michael Cole says the name to this move. And I hate every time Michael Cole says the name to this move. I hate the name of this move. I will not say it. You'll have to watch it for yourself or go back to previous episodes. But the move, previously known as the rocket launcher, should just be called the rocket launcher. Or something less stupid than whatever it is they're calling it now that I'm not going to say. Thank you, JBL, at least for agreeing with me. Mad props, JBL. Enzo and Cass end up winning by DQ. AJ gets involved in that match. And Enzo's about to get beat down. And Cena's music pops and Cena comes out and surprises everybody. Woo! Cena's there. Face is clear. Which is, faces clear the ring is like the end to every one of these segments for these guys. But that's how it's going. I think great build towards Battleground. I'm excited for this match. I'm excited for Battleground, actually. Battleground's on a pay-per-view that I would ever care about. But this looks like a good match. Not that I watch every pay-per-view, but you know what I mean? Like, it's Battleground. I'm not expecting huge things from it. We're building towards SummerSlam, I assume, and that's going to be the big thing. But Battleground's looking solid. So, and I'm left. I don't know how this match got to be the last thing on Raw, but Dana Brooke and Charlotte versus Sasha Banks. Sasha Banks wins by bank statement, and Charlotte says she needs to beat Dana again in order to get a title shot. She needs to beat her twice. I think next time we'll be on SmackDown. Great. Good building on Charlotte. We get her, Sasha Banks fighting Dana. We've been able to build Charlotte and Sasha Banks without just having them face each other. Dana Brooke's been getting a lot of exposure because of working with Charlotte, and she's actually working more matches, it seems, than Charlotte, which is great. Yeah, I think everything was good. Other than that, we just got like literally 3 big ups, big downs, and we're done this episode. So if you're ready, it's time for big ups and big downs. You look stupid. Big down. The you look stupid chants for Sheamus are over. He got rid of the stupid beetly things in his beard, and he just has a normal beard now. Sure, he's got a mohawk, but people have mohawks. Pick something else. I hate this chant now. It's over. I thought Sheamus had moved on from this. This is like a career-killing chant. He needs to just, I hate this chant. Be done with it. Be done with it! Big down. WWE Championship. Big up! So, WWE clearly said the match for next week between Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose is for the WWE Championship. It's written right on the screen. Boom. Not the World Championship, not the World title, the WWE Championship. So it looks like, and I've read this on other sites before, so there's not an original concept, but this definitely solidifies it. We're going to get 2 titles. The other one will probably be the World title and the WWE title the way they did it before. But I think this really is pointing towards 2 titles, which is the way it should be. The brands, I don't want to see the champion going back and forth. I think that's silly. I think have 2 champions. Keep your brand separate. Big ups. That's it. And then last, commentary team speculating about draft all night long. Big down. If I had to hear more draft speculation from Michael Cole in the middle of amazing matches, like, honestly, Cesaro versus KO, I don't think I said it, but Cesaro versus Kevin Owens was like an entire segment. I don't know how long they went for, but they got time to work, and they worked a great match. And having to hear Michael Cole flab his gums about, oh, what about Undertaker? Well, he's not here all the time. Well, what about Brock Lesnar and John Cena? And you got to think about this. Maybe younger guys. What about a guy like Apollo? What about this? Oh my God. It was painful. You're there to commentate on a wrestling match. Man, commentate on it. And it's not even their problem. I don't know who, somebody on creative, somebody's probably telling them to do this. And I'm not saying don't do it at all, but man, it just felt so overwhelming. So overwhelming. I just did not want to hear any more draft speculation at all. Especially from Michael Cole and the crew. It just seemed inane, mindless babble. Maybe if I had Mauro Ranallo, Corey Graves, and Daniel Bryan giving me draft speculation, and Renee Young, oh man, and Booker T, and freaking all sorts of people who aren't on the Raw commentary team, it wouldn't be that bad. But it is that bad. It was freaking terrible. I was done with it. I didn't want to hear any more of it. And now you don't have to hear any more of me, because this is the end of my Raw review. Great Raw, even though it sounds like I'm not happy. Anyways, it was a really good Raw. Thanks for joining me on the Marcus Smart. Hopefully we will try to get an episode out before next Monday Night Raw. You never know. Who knows what the next weekend's going to be like with Nosy Bear Bakery and the fun adventures I'm going on with my wife. Yeah, hopefully that doesn't throw a wrench in my plans this week. But we'll see. So, hey, visit Nosy Bear at any of its different social media things. It has way more followers than me, and like people love that thing, so go check that thing out. Or if you don't want to go love my wife's thing that everybody loves, you could try liking my thing that nobody likes. So please, like my Facebook page, The Marcus Smart on Facebook. Follow me on Twitter at The Marcus Smart. You can email me at marcussmart@thedunstals.com. Or please, we still only have 1 subscriber. Mom, you need to figure out how to subscribe to this. And try to get me to 2 subscribers on YouTube. Click the button. All right, folks. Thank you very much. Have a great day.